How's it going, everyone? Welcome back. So this video is the long form version of my lighter customization video. Was talking on live stream with Zippo Fanatic 77 Outdoors, and he was I mentioned real quick, and it was like confirmed for him, for everyone in chat, that it takes a long time. But yeah, if you're fast, it'll take you maybe a day, more like a weekend, like he says. But yeah, this video shows a portion of the tedium and just how and why everything takes so long to customize a lighter. But if you're here, welcome. Uh, if you want, enjoy. Yeah, just let's get to it. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Professor's Garage. And today we're working on a laptop. And I just spent, I don't know, 5 minutes talking without having it recorded. So let's record this time. Cool. Well, it should be a little bit smoother now that I've already gone through it some. But this is what you're getting, because if I don't film it this way, I probably won't get this video made. I'm sitting crisscross applesauce, so my breathing might be a little weird sometimes because I'm overweight, and that's how it works. And yeah, there might be some weird jump cuts occasionally. If I run across anything that I'm accidentally recording that I don't want seen, I might chop it. So, and since I don't see anything here, we should have most of the video good to go. So, when I make a custom Zippo, that's what this video is about. And I've only made one at this point. If you want to see it, go ahead and check out the video, link in the description, maybe somewhere else. But this is how I've done it. I went ahead and measured the Zippo faces and made these templates. You have 2 faces of the lid, 2 faces of the body, and the edge of the lid and the body. This rectangle is slightly smaller than this one because this side has the hinge, and same goes for this one, I believe. This is the top edge, where on my other Zippo I have the Nintendo logo hanging out. And then this long rectangle is actually from the hinge up, over, and down to the other side of the lid. So these two are the edges of the lid. This is the top edge, and this is this plus this plus this. All right, and I made these by simply going over to Shapes, grab the rectangle, plugs it in for you, and then I measured the Zippo, and then I just adjusted it to the measurements there. So that's currently 2.5 by 0.92 inches. And you do it however you want. You change this from the operation from basic cut to guide. And then it doesn't put it as any cuts or anything, and you can just have it as a reference. But I don't need this. I'm going to delete it. All right. And then, so I made my templates, and then I started looking for images that I wanted to use in their pre-populated images that other company or other people have made, and different thing. Let's do the same search I just did. TREE. Going to be using that for a lighter, pair of lighters later, and it will bring up a library. Some of them will be up for purchase, some are free, like this one's free, $0, $0, and it has their maker, and you can click and bookmark things. Let's see here, can I filter and find my bookmarked one? Probably, or it'll be somewhere else. But I have one bookmarked here that I may or may not use later. Get down to it. Don't worry, it's near the top. Right there. What? not bookmarked. There's this one. How to bookmark it. Bookmark. Oh well. Oh hey, look, bookmarked. I could do that. I'll worry about that later. But if you want to do something that you just can't find an image you like and you want to look for one on the internet, you can find an image or take a picture of something and upload it. And also, of course, use the shapes to just kind of build up your own stuff. But here I'm going to upload an image. I'll probably have a cut here. But you go into browse and you'll go through your files and folders and find an image you want. Actually, before I do that though, let's go back. So, be prepared to do this step a number of times. There's the Mario hat I used. There's the first one I made. This first one has this little dot right there that I didn't notice before I made this final file. And so I had to go back in and do it again, but I think it worked better with having a wider gap right there. And it ended up a slightly different size too. But yeah, be prepared to do these multiple times, and I'll show you why here once we pull up the image I'm going to be preparing today. And again, probably a cut here. Oh, right. So this is what I'm going to be working with today. These can simplify them if you the image if you have a like a photograph or whatever you may have. You can pick what you're going to work with. Let's see here. It does a preview. And with something like this, it really doesn't change that much. But I'm going to go ahead and go with this one because it's got that gray background that I can work with a little nicer, a little more easily. All right. Cool. Microphone's still recording. Sometimes all you may need to do is click remove background. It looks like it's all I need to do, but if you look closely here with my eye, I can see there's something right here, so I'll zoom in to show you on the camera. Of course, once I stop the recording to figure out the issue resolves itself. But anyways, okay, so it looks like it did everything I need to do. And with some images, it may work that way, which is always super convenient. But there's, zoom in a little bit more, this little jaggedness here where it cut too much away. And I'm going to work on that in a second, but I wanted to show you something first. There's this semi-helpful button here. Preview cut image. This will show you what it should like when it's cut on the vinyl. It does show you more than you can see, and this actually, the automatic can actually be different. I've done revert, apply, remove, revert, remove a couple times, and it will change it a little bit each time sometimes. So, but you can see here that in between the circles there's some stuff, and in these circles they're not circular like they look because it has some shadows between the black. And so somehow these have shadows. So for an image like this, the tool that is really nice and works pretty well is select. And what I liked to do for one of the images, I forget which one, I think it was the regular Nintendo controller, is you have your circle. Let's zoom in so you can see. I'm going to do this button here, but you get close to the edge, and then it worked. Let's see over here. It's taking chunks out here, but cool. I am recording. Good. There. It really helps to kind of smooth things out that surprisingly are there that you can't really notice. Get close to the edge and clear them out. When you're doing this on your computer, you'll be able to see it a little bit better. But this can kind of give you an idea. And I said that this preview cut image button is semi-helpful because sometimes when I was doing it, it would undo some of the erasing that I had done and put things back, and so it was really annoying. So I stopped using it. I kind of, did what I did, remove the background, and then, oh, hey, like, that line's fixed somehow. That's weird. But there's still too much between these two lines, I can tell. But, and if you press Control Z, it does nothing to undo a mistake. So if you do the wrong one, you'll have to restore it and then erase it again. Here in corners like this, there tends to be a good shadow. And by good, I mean sizable and present, not one that you want there. There, that one removed it a little bit. You could kind of see that move. Here it looks like there's a shadow right around this corner. Yeah, and see how it squared that off real nicely? Sometimes it does it real nice, other times it doesn't. Are you a shadow? Yeah. And sometimes you really need to adjust things. Like, let's see here. I actually want to restore some of this because this start button is thinner than I want because I think it won't show up very well on the final cut. And for most of the erasing, I use a size 1 for the brush right there, but earlier I just tested it out and I want 2 for this start button, and it won't look like there's much there, but if I were to use the preview cut image, which I'm not going to, I'd definitely be able to see it. But you will be able to see a slight shadow added around, especially when I go over the white squares. All right, and I tend to move really slow because I want internet connection lost for a second. But I like to go slow because I want it to be as, clean as possible. Um, Okay, so I'm back. I had to start over. All right. So one thing that can help sometimes is if you restore a section and then you go back and use the select, like if you restore a large area. No, it's just, I'm not going to restore it right now, but 6, 7, 8, that's what I used. So I'd accidentally erased all that circle. I also did the directional pad. Nintendo 64 game controller for anyone who's not familiar with it. But I'd erased that with the select option by clicking too close. And then I just went, let's get zoomed in, sorry. That's a little better. Okay, so there's my cursor. I used this size to restore this area. And then I went back and erased it with the select and it cleared it out real well. And then I did some fine tuning with the erase. But I think I'm satisfied with this. But yeah, like I said, sometimes you have to do it multiple times, especially going on to this next step. So we're going to go ahead and go on to the next step. Once you're satisfied, or hope you're satisfied, you click apply and continue. And there's what it will look like when it's cut. Yeah, these buttons could look a little bit better. And I think I'm going to leave off the octagon when I actually put this on the lighter. So I'll just have this circle and this circle. And you want to select which image type you want. Click cut image. If you do print then cut, you got to go through a whole big process, but your selection will be outlined, and then you rename it if you want, any tags, and put it in any folders. And then you upload it. And once it's here, you'll select the image, and then you have the options down here, add to canvas. And then it puts it on the canvas. And then you can resize it and everything. All right. Okay. Let's shrink this down a little bit. And once we get to the cutting phase, I'll continue this. I'm going to end this here in just a second. And finish out fully designing what I want, and then I'll show you the next step. Okay, it says it's complete, and it's still under the roller, so for this one at least, the Joy, click unload, and it spits it out for you. Okay. All right, let's take a look at this. Oh wow, that light hits it nice. So sometimes you'll get something like this. So I'm going to move that back into place before I start weeding it, which is pulling out all that you're not going to use. My cool mic is on. All right. So I'm going to be pulling out all of this background area. and trying to keep all of these things in place. But the O here on Nintendo likes to really stay. So for something like this, you want to first get it back into place, but then you take the center part of the O out first, and oh man, it takes some. You get your pointy one, and you get your flat one. Your flat one you need to hold down sometimes while you're peeling up some other stuff. I don't know if I'll be able to get a good angle to try and get. I'm not going to try and get Nintendo on camera here. I don't know if I'm going to try and get any of this on camera. Because, yeah. But, yeah, so one thing you could do is use a knife and section it out a little bit more. So you have, like, maybe cut between these two and right in between these two. And so then you can peel just the background for this square of it, you know. But I'd say do whatever you feel comfortable with and kind of go from there and just learn as you go. But I'm going to go ahead and weed this for a little bit, I guess, and then come back when it looks closer like this. As you can see I had another controller, but I felt I got the first one done how I wanted well enough. I didn't even need to do this. And I'm probably going to save these somewhere just in case I want to stick them somewhere. All right. I did get some transfer tape, and you don't have to use official transfer tape. You can literally use clear packing tape, and that would work really well for a Zippo, actually. But I'm going to go do some weeding and watch some TV and stuff. Okay. Yeah, I just had to do the victory peel real quick. Oh, man. One second. And back over. Okay. Let's see here. So, I think I'm going to have to redo one of it, do an N, because that right there is, I don't know, I'm not exactly happy with that. But I did what I talked about and cut lines in between a lot of the sections. The Nintendo was fun. I tried getting the spot out of the O, didn't work, so I'm just going to leave it. I think I did that with the other one too. The N and T were like connected weird, and so I had to cut that, and this end's actually from over here, and this D is also from over here. And this end got all bent, and so I had to bend it back and everything. I decided to save some of the outlines for a couple of them. That's just from last time, just in case, because they still work. They look real good for a possible something or other, you know. But yeah, I think I'm going to use this of the two 64s because there's a slight thing there. Might not be a big old thing. And this I took and put over here also because this one had just disappeared. But yeah, as you're doing some of these, you have to change in the thing. Like there's a circle around the D-pad cross here, and there's more circles here. And as in the computer creation process and the weeding process, you got to kind of pick and choose what you decide you want and everything. And so, yeah. Oh man. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I got a small piece of transfer tape here, and I'm gonna put a couple of them from here onto the lighter. You can use transfer tape a couple times, And so I'm going to start with Nintendo because it is the most in danger. And I'm looking through my camera. Not okay, now I'm looking at the actual thing. Wow. A lot of that pointing. I was looking just through the camera, so it's kind of weird looking at the actual thing now. Haha. Like for the other lighter, I think I only used like 2 pieces of transfer tape. Okay. All right. And I think for the other, oh, I forgot the lines are on the transfer tape. That's one thing that's a bonus for using transfer tape is it has the grid. And you just and then you grab a scraper of any sort. We've used gift cards and actual credit or debit cards. But get it on there nice and securely, and this is still, oh man. Let's see here. I might have to do it off camera just because of how finicky this is. Oh, see? The E. Oh. Most everything's still. Well, half of it's still on there, so let's really squeeze it down again. Okay. There we go. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Okay. Hinge on the left. And then you got to press it on just like you did to get it on the transfer tape. Okay. Oh. Sweet. The O came off. All right. So I got to grab the I from here and put it on there real quick. Without losing it. Okay. And all this weeding, I'd say, took at least an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. But yeah, this takes a long time. Oh man. Okay, let's see. Oh, and I moved a heart. Oh well. I can use this one and this one. Alright, what do I want to do next? Yeah, I'm gonna have to put the slider in a safe place so that all these stickers stay on until I get the N reprinted, the N64 logo reprinted. Fun. Which is actually okay. I can have a drawer for my lighters. Boop. There you go. This is getting stuck, so let's really press that on there. And if you can go from like point, often helps. There. All right, I'm going to sticker it up. Okay, it has been a long time since that last clip. But we're to the final, well, second to last portion of customizing a lighter. So you have a 9-volt battery. You have the positive side goes to what you're etching, and then the negative side goes to the etching device, which is just going to be a Q-tip dipped in salt water. Now, I didn't make any measurements or research any measurements. I just put in a whole bunch of water, and a whole bunch of salt, and there's some salt at the bottom. You can kind of see that. Right, they're refocused. There we go. But it's been a while because a lot of stuff has happened, and I just haven't gotten around to it. One thing including my camera lens broke. You also want to have a fan. I have it pointing away from me because this process generates a little smoke and gas, and I want it blown, sucked away from me. I guess you can have it blowing across and out, but it creates stuff that you don't want to breathe. And I did do a quick little test, make sure my setup was working. But this is what you do. You attach, again, negative, positive to your object. Negative is going to be what's going to be doing the business. So take a Q-tip, soak it in the salt water. Then you don't even need to use an alligator clip. Last time I did this, I just wrapped some wire around the Q-tips. It's just a lot easier if you clip it. And then you're going to go ahead and just once this gets going, I'm going to turn the fan on, so I'm going to do like voiceover or something. But you'll start to see the color change, and your Q-tip will get some green. And then once this Q-tip stops, you change it out. And you want to cover every area really well and go back over it
even multiple times. Just move really slow, because like with my last one, the Mario themed one, I pulled the masking off and there were little bits here and there that could have been a little bit better with detail. Oh man, I'm already excited. But yeah, it's been like a year and a half. All right, I think that one's done. I take it off, and I have a little blueberry tray. I was trying to get a 9-volt battery connector, but I couldn't find one. Thought I could have sworn I had some, but oh well. All right. I think I'll run this for a little bit with the and do a little high speed. Maybe I'll just do a jump cut. We'll see in the final edit. It's only been a couple minutes. I've only gone through like 3 more Q-tips, but I just wanted to mention like 2 things. It's gonna look terrible during the process. It looks terrible. But once you polish it, which is the next step after all this, it looks good. And then after you've done a good amount, what you can do is move your contact lead point to another part, so you can like do the bottom and any part that's under the tape. So I probably am going to do like, I don't know, most of it, and then probably maybe attach it at the top of the lid or something to get the bottom. And the deep grooves from the stamp just really sit on those spots so that it can really work on the grooves of the stamp. That really helps it get better, make it look nice. I also stay away keep my distance a little bit from the hinge. I'm not going to mind a little bit of chrome still here. Oh, see, look how bad my camera is. But yeah, how's it going? All right, it's been 2 days, and this is take 2 because I didn't have my microphone turned on. Yay! But I did a real close examination. It looks like everything's all good. At one point, when I was wiping it down, I did shift a couple of the things. That one's actually peeling up. And so I couldn't go back over those, but they looked good anyways. Now it's time to polish. I'm going to be using this rotary tool. Use a Dremel or any other rotary tool and some buffing compound. I am going to be using this. It's strop paste. Yes, strop as in a razor strop, like a straight razor. Check out my other channel, Shave Up. I used a lot of Q-tips. This setup is not the most efficient. I could probably use bigger gauge wires or something like that. But it did get me through it. When you are moving it, you need to make sure you move the positive wire, yes, to a place with clean metal. Like I even sanded this down here. Can't be on any of the corrosion, and the negative lead gets corroded some too, so sanding it off, or I even changed it out. But there's more efficient ways to do it, but that's how I did it. And the first time I did it, it went a lot faster. Probably half of this took twice as long. I don't know exactly why. But, and last time what I did is I peeled these off and then I polished it. But today I'm going to polish this edge with these on to see how I like it. And then we'll see if I want to do that for the rest or if I just want to peel it off and do it that way. All right, I am going to go ahead and get this going. It's going to be loud. So again, we'll have silence or sped up or different things like that. Oh, and don't wear a white shirt. Last time I did this, because it spins this way, and so what it does is it threw, I looked at my shirt, and right in the middle of my chest was a slight gray black area from all of the polish and stuff that came off. It flew right onto my shirt, but my camera's in the way today, and I have a red shirt on instead. So we'll see. All right. All right. Oh yeah. Let's do this. Um, yeah, go ahead and take the masking off first. Um, and it does look, again, like crap partway through, but if you just power through it, it looks wonderful at the end. I don't have my baby wipes on hand. Oh, wait, yes, I do. Haha. Let's take a quick peek at this and see. Look at that. And it does warm up because there's a surprising amount of friction on that little wheel and this, so it does heat the metal up. It does get it warm. So wear gloves or just do it in short bursts, or just be prepared to have metal heating up in your hand. All right, I'm gonna get a couple things and we're gonna peel these off and get to the final polish. Oh, sweet, I did turn the microphone on. Yay, good remembering. Just using a straight pin as my tool. Look at that. Even before polishing, it looks good. Okay, let's see how this turned out. Wow. Only I did this to my vintage look. Be for sure a new favorite lighter. All right. Look at that. All right, polishing time. All right. I don't remember what I used to clean all the guck off last time. Maybe it was just like paper towel or maybe soap and water or something. A little bit. Okay, this side needs to be polished some more. This needs some more too. Oh, you can see all those scratches are going to be there forever. So yeah, don't use coarse 80 grit sandpaper. Use your polishing stuff if you need to. What? Oh, that's cool. Let's look at the bottom. I'm not too worried about the bottom. All right. I'm going to finish polishing this and we'll show it off when it's done. Okay. This is as good as it's going to be. I'm guessing that I should have gone over it and double checked, made sure everything was etched, even though it was all, cruddy and stuff. It looks like this is like some maybe some layer between the chrome and the brass, but there's this like clear film on a lot of it that is not coming off, and it's kind of wrinkly looking, but you're only going to notice that really if you're, I don't know. But if you go over it or make sure you're very, very thorough with the etching and even do like a little second layer. Oh yeah, and it's super dirty. Let's see here. Got fuzz all over from the buffing wheel. It's all over here. So yeah, it's messy, but it can leave you with a wonderful result. And this, carrying it around will probably help it out too. But yeah, that like clear coating is like really preventing the yellowness of the brass. But it still looks good. I still like it. Could be a little bit happier with it, but it's still, I made it. And that's how you do it. You turn a regular plain Zippo into something that you made yourself. Thank you for watching and have a great day.